She's serious. It's time to stop dreaming and start living. Live your dreams. Embrace every culture, every background, every perspective. Are you ready to stop talking about the life you want and start taking action? She's Serious is a movement for women from all cultures and backgrounds who are done playing small and ready to take control of their financial future, their freedom, and their legacy. It's time to invest in you and turn your dreams into reality. As a travel business owner, you have the potential to generate up to 8 streams of income, own your own home-based business, and live life on your own terms. Whether you want to travel the world, create a flexible lifestyle, or secure a future for your family, She's Serious is your path to making it happen. Why join multiple streams of income? Earn while building a business you're passionate about. Travel opportunities, unlock exclusive travel experiences, financial freedom, break free from the 9-to-5 grind and live on your own terms. Create a legacy. Leave something valuable behind for the next generation. Take the next step. Join She's Serious and start living the life you've always dreamed of, no matter your background or culture. It's time to get serious about your future. Unleash your potential and build your legacy.
Hey. What's going on, Facebook family and friends? Y'all know what time it is. It's Janae, the travel vet, coming to you live for She's Serious. We're presenting Testimony Tuesday. So good afternoon. And I want to start out by sharing this idea that I had from a spotlight, where it came from. I've been watching a trend on TikTok where people simply listen, no commentary, no interruptions, just listening to someone else's story because something in it resonates. And those stories get shared, not because they're perfect, you guys. Nope. But because they're real, right? And so I thought, why not bring that same energy here? This afternoon's testimony is especially close to my heart because it involves one service member to another. We identify with each other. We understand transition, uncertainty, discipline, resilience. And the moment when that uniform comes off, we ask that question, what's next? How many veterans out there understand that, are with me on that? At the end of the day, when it was all said and done, it was time to take off that uniform. Did you ask yourself, what's next? Put in the comments. I definitely want to hear it, okay? So what makes this even more powerful is that we now identify not just as veterans, right? But as directors in marketing, building businesses around an amazing product that literally sells itself. You guys heard about it. You know about it. You know what I do. If you don't, now you do. It's all about travel. There's no convincing. Nope. There's no hype. People already want it. And here's why this matters. I really want to tell you guys, we already told you it's an 10 trillion now since the post-pandemic shot up from 8 trillion, over 3 years ago to 10 trillion. It was slated to double in the next decade to 15 trillion, but it looks like we're probably going to surpass this because a millennial movement is happening in entrepreneurship right now, you guys. And I want to tell you, it's blowing up in the travel industry. Over 50% of millennials say they want multiple streams of income. Point blank, straight up front. If you're a millennial, put in the chat, because nearly 7 out of 10 millennials prefer entrepreneurship over side businesses or traditional 9-to-5 careers. Millennials are the largest generation right now that's driving the creator and digital business economy with flexibility and lifestyle ranking higher than job titles. These influencers out here, you can say what you want to say about them, but there's a method to this madness, and they got it. You know, us oldies with goodies, us boomers, what is it? I'm a Gen X. Yeah, I always want to relate to Gen Z, but I'm a Gen Xer, right? So we know what we know, but let's not discount the game for the young people who are learning a different type of game in the digital realm, which is surpassing what our knowledge base is. So let's be real about it, okay? Don't make it seem like they're doing small things, because these children out here are doing some big things and they're teaching us something. This generation is choosing ownership over obligation, freedom over fear, and impact over tradition. So this afternoon, I want you to simply listen, y'all. I do. I want you to listen for what resonates, right? I want you to listen to what sounds familiar. And I want you to listen for what might be calling you, because testimonies aren't just stories, they're mirrors. And sometimes hearing someone else's journey gives you permission to step into your own. That's why I always tell people, listen, share your story, because you never know what that story may do to someone else. You may be an introvert, but you've gone through some things and you don't like talking to people. Record yourself on a video and just share it. You know what I mean? Because it's a blessing to others. And I want you to understand that this afternoon, She Series Military Spotlight is all about that. So I want to introduce to some, and I want to introduce to others, this young lady right here, who is doing some major things in the industry of travel, right? When I tell you I don't want to steal her shine, you guys, but let's just say she is well on her way to making $1 million, from military to millionaire. That's our road path. That's our motto. That's what we go by. Listen, it's not what I like to call people. It's not a fad, y'all. We not going nowhere. We're trending because travel is not going nowhere. And as long as you understand the game like this young lady and I do, I want to introduce to some and reintroduce to others so you can hear her come to the stage and you can hear her spotlight yourself. And I'm going to move myself quickly out the way and put myself on mute. Take it away, Miss Chase Wright.
I am originally from Lancaster, California. I went to college at Mississippi State University. I got my bachelor's in communication. When I graduated from college, couldn't get a job anywhere. So I decided to go into the military. My dad was in the Army. My grandfather was in the Air Force. So I decided to go ahead and go into the Army. Had nothing else to do. Went into the Army. I did 5 years. I served enlisted, and then I switched over to the officer side of the military. After 5 years, I got medically retired. I herniated a disc in my back, and they felt like I was no longer fit for duty. So got out the military, and I did not know what I was going to do next. I literally had no clue. Decided I was going to move to Atlanta, Georgia. So I went ahead and I did that, and somebody told me you would be good at real estate. Never considered real estate before. And I was like, you know what? I'll try it. So I got my real estate license, and I thought that I was going to be some $1 million real estate agent. I thought I was going to be selling Tampa, selling Sunset, $1 million listing, all of that great stuff. But my first year in real estate, I did not sell not one house, not one at all. So I kind of realized really quickly that you have to have multiple sources of income. I was always the trip planner in my group of family, my group of friends. I was the one that was putting everything together, from the hotels, from what flights we were going to take. I was going on YouTube and TikTok and figuring out the excursions and what there was to do. So my friends told me you should get paid to do what you're already doing. We were in Jamaica. This was maybe the third or fourth trip I had already planned. And they were like, you should get paid to do what you are doing already. And I reached out to a friend who used to post about starting in the travel industry. And I reached out to her. I said, how do I become a travel agent? And I went to her page, and she was taking pictures with tigers, and she was in Mexico every single month, and she was going from Nashville to New York, from New York to Miami, from Miami to LA. She was living her very best life. So she ended up getting me on a Zoom call, and a couple of weeks later, I ended up getting my business started, and it just took off from there. I absolutely enjoyed real estate. Actually, when I got started in this business, was probably my most profitable quarter ever in real estate. It was my most profitable year. I felt like I was busy when I got started. I was like, oh, I'm busy. And I always tell people this. I thought I had it good. I drove a Range Rover. I had a house. I thought I was living good. So I was just like, I kept putting it off. You never know what's going to happen in the future, because that Range Rover I was driving totaled out. Completely total now. And that was actually the week that I decided I was going to take this business serious. I got paid 3 times in 1 week from this business opportunity, and Range Rover was totaled out. I didn't know what I was going to do next. I was having a rental car. I needed a rental car, and I didn't know where that money was going to come, because I wasn't really as good as I thought. So this business paid me 3 times in 1 week, and that is exactly when even more so, the switch took place, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go director. When I got into this business, I just wanted to travel. I wanted to book my travel and my friends' travel. We traveled all the time anyways. I wasn't looking to get rich. I wasn't looking to make 6-7 figures. I just wanted to make a little bit of extra money. That was my thing. My purpose absolutely is, first off, I feel like people are always scared to say their self. So my purpose is absolutely myself. How to upgrade my mindset, my lifestyle, my bank account for myself and my family. I've encountered a lot of people who don't have money for groceries, who don't have money to pay their rent, who don't have money for their car payment or whatever the case is. And I didn't even understand, I think, how much people really needed another source of income. Now my purpose is to help as many people as I can, and for them to understand that there is more out there. We kind of think that it's the 9 to 5. You got to go to college. I've done all of that. My purpose is to help as many people as I can make as much money as they can. Make a decision and actually do it. I feel like we all get started, but we really don't get started. You never know what your future holds. You never know if that job is going to let you go. You never know if you're going to have to move across America. You don't know what's next. This business could absolutely, absolutely change your life if you let it change your life. I am Chase Wright. I'm a real estate agent, and I am Planet.
OMG, y'all. I've been on mute this whole entire time. Cannot believe it. Cannot make this stuff up. Wow, when I say I was just absolutely passionate about what it is that I was doing. But you guys, okay, I'm not going to hold you. Just understand and know that the power of words, the power of a testimony can change you, can change who you are, can change your mindset, can change the way that you just approach anything in life, your confidence. So I like likes, I like hearts, and I like shares, because sharing is caring. And as we continue to kick off Testimony Tuesday, you'll catch it every other Tuesday in between Travel Tip Tuesday. We're going to give you some tips for travel. We're going to give you some tips for how to be successful in life, in business, in your career, your 9 to 5, whatever it is you set your mind to. We're here for it because we She Serious and we're all about it. Thank you again for tuning in. If this is not for you, listen, pay it forward by simply hitting the share button. That is free. Sharing is caring as always. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing, I mean nothing you can do but simply love me back. Take care. Bye-bye.